Hello Marvel Heroes fans, by very popular request, here is an update to the Mega Heroes review. This is the June 2016 edition, 57 heroes, and I hope you enjoy this video. Now, I've started doing all these Mega Heroes reviews since February 2015 and June, and after that another one on September. So it's been like half a year has passed. And it is a high time to take a look at where the game is heading, as well as how all these 57 heroes are doing against each other. And this video is really for the new players, because I know some of you are very new to this game. You may be seeing a lot of heroes and get a little bit overwhelmed of these 57 heroes and counting which are the ones should you be unlocking. And for some of you who may have left the game for quite some time and been wondering what's up with the game these days, where is the game heading, and is my hero still not as awesome as before? So I've answered for you, and and also for those who have been playing a lot this game with me and with this game, and it's really a platform for you to discuss all the heroes as well. Now, just a little bit about myself. I've been playing this game since March 2013, it's more than 3 years. Since the closed beta, I've played this game for about 3,000 odd hours. In this channel, you will see updated hero guides, 93% coverage as of today, and I'm sort of like closing the gap as well. And by the time next time I'm doing this video, I should be 100% coverage on all the heroes guides out there. And I've got a lot of guides for the new players and the advanced players as well. So do check out this channel, do subscribe, and check out the link at the description of this video. Going back to my website, a whole lot of guides for you to watch. And just before I go on, I would like to pay a special tribute to Mr. Brevik. It's been a while since he have left, but because I haven't really been talking about this Mega Heroes review for a while. So Mr. Brevik, for those who may or may not know him, he's been the creator, one of the creators for the Diablo, original Diablo series. And he's also the main driving force behind this wonderful game, Marvel Heroes, which is free to play online. So earlier on this year, he has left the company, and we wish him all the best. And thank you, Mr. Brevik, for creating this wonderful game. And this game is still continuing as it is. And for the last half a year or so, I haven't really seen a lot of sleep here and there. So I think that the teams are doing a really fantastic job in taking this game forward into this special era when you have a lot of heroes. And they've talked about this whole quality over quantity. They have slowed down the hero release just a little bit, so as to catch up and make sure that the contents are relevant, make sure that the heroes are fun to play as well, making sure that they've done enough for the existing heroes, as well as planning for the new ones. So I've seen the trend going this way, and I think it's a very welcoming trend for those who really care about this game and not just rush everything off. I think it's a really good kind of approach. And I'm also seeing a lot of updates, weekly mini update, and you have major update as well, like the Civil War event that finally we got it really nice. So hats off to them. They've done a fantastic job in trying to get this game going. And another thing about it is that many people ask which hero should I be unlocking and so on. I'm still seeing this trend that the heroes with a newer design usually are more superior than the dated design ones. For example, a lot of heroes these days features power that become, the hero become invulnerable while doing certain power. This sort of design is not very common in the old heroes, but in the new heroes, one after the other, we are seeing the kind of design. And with this sort of design, the heroes feel a little bit stronger as well, can do better in the area kind of coverage, and overall, it's a better heroes. And also another thing about the new design is the specializations. We are done with the 52 review that is done and dusted. Deadpool was the final one that has all these 52 review, and now we are into this era of specialization. So newer heroes usually they come with a different flavor specializations for you to pick a build without being too powerful, but yet to make some trade-off decisions. So I think this design was still on the way to go, and for those heroes that are already blessed with specialization, that's good news. But not all heroes that have specialization are good. I'll show you a little bit later when it comes to a later part of the video. And also in the last 6 months, I see a lot of like a powering up happening. The Omega cap has increased, and although it is a nerf a little bit for those who were at the old Omega cap, you may not feel that powerful, but then as you gain the Omega point up to the 10,000 Omega cap, you feel actually more powerful. And there are more new artifacts that come from the new content, like the High Town, like the Civil War, and so on. So all these new artifacts also bring on the table some kind of like a build variety that you could some builds suddenly become more viable than others. And with the Cosmic High Town comes with all these very nice unique that you can really farm unique with good affixes, and also plus a challenge point. So in short, this game is heading to a direction that's trying to unify all these heroes, trying to balance all these heroes, yet giving you all the power access to to feel powerful to conquer the next content. Now, with all the pros, always there's a cons, and I would like to just be honest with you when it comes to this game. There are still some areas that I feel Gazillion should focus and improve upon. I feel that the summoners has gone down, up, down kind of thing over the past 3 years or so. I've seen summoner that couldn't make it, then become some heroes that are really good. But after now, I think it's like a mixed bag here. So I hope they will do something about summoner, make it less complex to understand and easier to gear and understand to play as well. And I think another thing that is concerning me especially is that I'm finding a list of data heroes is actually growing quite fast. There are like heroes been left in the shelf for quite some times, and because now we have already 57 heroes and growing, and I think they try to keep the pace up, trying to like update this hero, update that hero. But after a while, you do feel that quite a number of heroes are already quite dated. I think they are trying to help along the way, but it is also my area of concern. I think traveling power is something that's been brought up quite a fair bit recently, because some heroes can teleport really fast without any cost of spirit even, and some is just like you feel so slow just get to one A to B. And now with this so-called everything become like so competitive, all the tournament and so on, traveling power becomes something that they would have to look into. How would that shape up? I do not know. Group play is something that I've been complaining for a very long time, because in any online game it should encourage friends to play together, whether it's effective or not. They should really play together and have fun together, not to be counter-effective. Just status quo is fine, but not counter-effective, whereby you group up, it's actually being disadvantaged, which is what it is today. All right, and it has been a lot of grinding. I think they're trying to fix certain things as well. So I hope that this game will continue to be fun, not too much of grinding or OD mark, have to grind for it, or Omega point have to grind for it, XP has to grind for it, everything has to grind for it, become like just day job, right? And and I think the last point, I just leave it there for you to imagine. But in the last 6 months, you are able to purchase ultimate token, meaning that your heroes can become more powerful in terms of the signature and ultimate using real money. It is a gray area. I do not know where all these things are heading. So these are shadow in the future. Now, let's kickstart this review, and I will go through all these 57 heroes. I'll focus on the play style. I will not force rank them like before, because it's really no point. Every now and then, every week or so, some hero may get buff, nerf, such thing happens. So I do not want to keep making this video. And also, this is based on my experience. I have unlocked all 57 heroes. I have leveled all 57 heroes to 60 and also geared them all. So it's really about how I've objectively look into all these heroes. And also, I have a YouTube channel, and I do publish a lot of guides, and I'm very blessed with a very helpful and friendly environment within this little YouTube channel of mine. And I do hear a lot of feedback as well, because there are people who come to me on the game, in game, as well as in Steam, as well as in YouTube, telling me that some hero may not work for them in what area. I usually try to diagnose with them, and some heroes really require a lot of hand holding, and I sort of like, with all this experience comes a so-called review, just to objectively look into a couple of areas. All right, and I would like to give my seal of preference as well. In case if you look for some heroes that I would recommend to you. because different people may have different requirements. You may like some heroes to be complex. You may like some heroes to be easy. You may like some heroes to be strong. You may like some heroes to be acquired taste. All right. So now this is all 60 level 60 only. Leveling experience is out of scope of this whole entire study. All right. Just one more thing, and the and sort of like watch out for this sign, like I mentioned, the seal of recommendation, as well as some caution sign. Something that I'm not. This is not a popularity contest. Don't feel bad if your heroes is not being on my recommended list. It's never meant to be like that. As I always say to people, if you're really a fan of a particular hero, you can always make it work, regardless of how I rank this one, even with the warning sign. It is just for those who are new to the game and may want to spend real money and may not want to feel terrible after spending money. And that is the reason why I'm doing all these things for you guys. Well, let's let the review begin. And next part of the review is all alphabetical, time-coded as well. Check out the description of this video and you can jump around to certain heroes if you are curious about a particular heroes that you like to buy or play, all right? Leading this pack is Ant-Man. Now, Ant-Man is one of the recommended heroes from me. He is very durable and, visual effect-wise, is fantastic. You can see him being really tiny as well as being really huge as well. So I have a lot of fun playing him. It's pretty easy. The rotation is straightforward. The only thing about him is that it requires a little bit of hockey dancing every now and then to spawn the ends. But other than that, no complaint about these heroes. And he has a +1 strength synergy. Knowing the number of physical damage type heroes that we have in this game, this is really good synergy to have. Next one is Black Cat. Black Cat has 9 life. She can actually die 9 times and is not considered as a defeat at all. He's a master thief. He can steal stuff while playing World of Warcraft, the rogue. All right. So, and she can use trap as well. It's quite kind of fun to have different kind of play style. Straight melee kind of like heroes and with 3 specialization. It's kind of relaxing playing her, very fluid, very agile, and I would like to recommend her to you. Next one is Black Panther. Black Panther can do stealth, is very agile, 2 bodyguards, and he or she, depending on which costume you use, has 3 specialization, but the number of viable specialization is probably just 1 or 2. Fairly relaxing and hybrid kind of heroes. Black Panther has a range build, but I don't think it's that viable to play. Just a little bit lacking on the visual effects side if that is something that you're after. Black Widow, shield agent. She's fantastic in terms of the visual effect, a lot of bombs, drones and everything. She can play both melee and range. She can go stealth as well. Very nice, very nice and agile. The only thing about her is that she's acquired taste because it does require a little bit of skill to aim certain power in a cone-shaped kind of frontal attack. So she's acquired taste. It requires a little bit of thinking, and but as of the latest kind of like development, she actually quite spirit intensive. Yeah, I mean used to have no spirit issue. Next one is Blade. Blade is a vampire. It's born with a vampire tainted blood. It's very unique. Because but after Blade is kind of like started the combat, he will go into thirst and become like starving. You have to inject serum to sort of manage starving. And there are 3 specializations. How you want to manage the starving is really up to your play style. He can go both range as well as melee. It's fantastic in terms of the visual effect and so on. May not be everybody's cup of tea, but I kind of like him. But I can understand why some may not kind of like dig into him, but that is just personal preference. Cable. Cable is a future soldier. After his review has 3 specialization plus the 1 no specialization, which is also my favorite. How easy is he to play depending on a couple of things? Which specialization you go for? Are you going for hybrid or just pure type? Because if you're going for no specialization, there's no requirement to hockey dancing. But if you want to go hybrid a little bit, then you need to hockey dance every 7 seconds. So fast teleporter. Captain America has always been on my list of recommendation. He's really an all-rounded hero. He's iconic. He's strong and had a lot of nice burst damage as well. just an overall very good heroes to play. Not that complex to play as well, so it is very good for new players. All right. Captain Marvel recently rebranded from Miss Marvel into Captain Marvel. All the icon, everything become new, and including her default kind of costume. She's probably one of the most relaxing heroes to play. To play her is not complex, and she has a very good utility in terms of the spirit regen, and there's a lot of very nice visual effects. She can leap around, do a crash down strike, and so on, and she has fantastic voice acting. I love her. She can play at both as a melee or range as well, and my preference is a melee. Colossus is one of the heroes that I think is getting a little bit dated. He's definitely a tank. He can summon Wolverine as well as Magik to be alongside with him. He's a pure melee hero. Very easy to play. Well, it's sort of like easy to average kind of thing, because you do need to sort of like do a little bit of hockey dancing. But overall, it's just like, just feel a little bit slow. But you can always count on him as a team player. He's a wonderful kind of like a ultimate to have everybody. All right. Cyclops is leader of X-Men. He does a lot of beams. He have many beams. You have beams that beam single target, beam multiple target, or just a wide beam. And he has a strike team as well. As per the recent update, he can call in the Beast or very type of like X-Men to help him with his pursuit. It's a range kind of like heroes, and playing him can be very relaxing or can be quite tedious as well, depending on whether you do beam waving. He's probably one of the older kind of era heroes that still have something called beam waving. You wave two power together and kind of get a little bit kind of exploit on that. I think he's one of the heroes that everybody should consider playing because of 10% XP synergy. Daredevil has gone through his round of review as well. It's actually pretty wonderful. He has 3 specialization. You can either go for combo melee or semi-combo melee or even no combo at all. All right. So it is whether complex or not. It depends on how you play it. If you play no combo, of course things become very manageable, just like any other melee hero. If you want to play combo or semi-combo or combo, it becomes very hectic. Every 2.5 seconds you have to make a decision to do something, or 2.4 seconds, depending on how fast you can attack. So that is something that you should think about before you unlock him. If you want the best combo hero, I think he's probably one of the best combo heroes. All right. Deadpool, the last of the 52 review heroes, and Gazillion has really made him awesome. He doesn't even need resource at all. 3 specialization, both melee and range and area, each kind of like melee range, up to you what you want to do with him. They are all viable, and it's really relaxing playing him. Fantastic voice acting, fast teleporter, highly recommended. Another recommended hero is Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom, I've never seen a hero that's so richly designed as Dr. Doom. 3 specialization, also including no specialization, able to deal 3 damage type. Summoner, non-summoner as well, 3 different signature, 2 resources, power and magic. So he's one of the heroes that many people like, and there's a good reason why many people like him. His ultimate is phenomenal. Very fast in teleport as well. Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange is a hero that's full of visual effect. It's probably one of the the best kind of like visual effect hero you have. And he does something called incantation. He can incantate, and after a certain number of kind of incantation, the cooldown get reset as well. So the whole cooldown meshing is pretty dynamic. He can be a little bit complex to play, a little bit overwhelming to those who just want to grab all the powers out there. But sometimes you need to sort of like sit back and really think what you really want to do, play him well. He has means to tank as well, so it's very interesting heroes. Elektra, one of the newer heroes we have today, an assassin. Very unique to her is that she has something called Marked for Death. That is like the icon above the elite as well as the bosses, and after which she can do a lot of really high damage based on those Marked for Death kind of thing. So she requires a little bit of precision, and she is really agile, and she does nothing but melee, but she can does it from a distance as well. So it's like a range quasi melee into the target. So it's very exciting gameplay, very fluid. No spirit issue, and she is probably like Psylocke 2.0, that's how I see it. Emma Frost just went through her latest review, she has she can be a melee hero as a hybrid or a pure kind of like mental hero. She has a pet to taunt, a minion they call it, to taunt. So I require more testing on her because she's still pretty brand new on my book. But from what I've seen, I think she's still very much a very nice hero to have, and she's definitely a recommended one. And as for Gambit, Gambit has something called 52 pickup. When he throws 52 cards to the target, it's a lot of cards going on. He has a very iconic power called Raging Cajun, where everything just go purple. He can do either melee or range as well. Fantastic visual effect. Can be a hybrid or pure energy. Just my only complaint is some power doesn't seem to be that responsive, but I do enjoy playing him as a hero. Ghost Rider also recently gone through his review. Fantastic. This is one of the heroes I would like to highly recommend. Fires everywhere. He can has different kind of specialization, but those are like whether you want to take risks or not to take risks and so on. So he can do range as well as the kind of like cleansing melee, because his melee is actually a little bit further with all the chain and so on. It's a very beautiful visual effect, and I mean you have got to try one of his power called Hell from Above, and it's just beautiful. Green Goblin, a very recent hero as well. It's full of guns and bombs and so on. I'm building him as an area kind of hero. I have a lot of fun with him. Very simple to play, very relaxing. And my only complaint is just he does move a little bit slow when you want to move him around here and there. But that is about it. All right, that's Green Goblin. Hawkeye, one of the very classic ranger. Definitely one of the glass cannon there. Range kind of heroes. Well, you could do melee, but I don't really do melee for Hawkeye. A little bit of hockey dancing, but that's about it. Very high crit and high brutal. So it's just one of the range kind of heroes. Hulk. Now, Hulk is kind of it should be iconic heroes as well. I think he doesn't have any spirit issue. He has something called anger as a resource, so you have to manage his anger. He does mainly melee, but he does have a range-ish kind of power for you to hit from afar. The only cautious point here is that his animation is very slow, and in this kind of time and era, that's actually a disadvantage. And also, really, he feels like paper. He just can't really take any damage right now. So I would like to just caution you, unless you're a really big fan of Hulk. Human Torch, a very fast heroes that move around, and he does range, and it's a really relaxing hero to play as well. Fire everywhere. It does energy kind of thing. So not really a lot of complaint on him. A lot of very nice, beautiful visual effects. Very fast hero. Now Iceman, just now it was fire, now it's ice. Now Iceman is one of the summoner that is, I feel it's the most balanced summoner. It doesn't require a lot of like effort in gearing and looking for kind of different unit. It doesn't not like Doctor Doom. He's actually very balanced heroes. His pet does quite a lot of like fantastic kind of damage as well. And he has a power called Ice Block that he can recuperate spirit and health. So it's very easy to grab. So if you are new to the game, new to playing summoner, I would highly recommend Iceman to you. Invisible Woman, for those who like a little bit of challenge, like a little bit of like a timing kind of game, she can go invisible. Now I'm talking about invisible, not stealth, invisible. So she can turn invisible, no one can hit her, and she can still ditching out damage. If you time her right, she can stay really large proportion of time, she just go invisible. Very interesting heroes to play, but kind of complex as well, so be warned. Iron Fist, another very complex heroes as well, because of the vast build options that Iron Fist has. Now, Iron Fist, the immortal weapons, have 5 stances, just like Kung Fu. A snake, or dragon, or tiger, leopard, and whatnot. It's fantastic. And it's melee hero, no spirit issue, and there are some build that are pretty easy to play, but there are also some build that could be quite hard to gear as well as to execute as well. Entirely your choice. And I would like to recommend, if you like the kind of build option, there's so much out there, right? Now, Iron Man is one of the most iconic heroes, but I think he has already fallen off the entire kind of design. He's redated. And he's one of those heroes that use suit power as just spirit convert the suit power to convert to the damage rating. So it's kind of interesting as well. There are multiple viable builds, but then the design is really dated. So I hope Gazillion will be doing something to Iron Man very soon. Jean Grey, a hybrid hero, and she can turn into a phoenix, or you can play her as a human form, or you can play her as a hybrid as well. She's kind of easy to play. It's fire everywhere, beautiful kind of visual effect, and she's one of the first hero I unlocked as well. Pretty easy on the spirit kind of management. Even hotkey wise is once every 1 minute or so for hybrid. So yeah, I mean, I would like to recommend Jean Grey to you. Juggernaut, for those who are into movement build, I think he's probably one of the heroes that's really, if you think movement, you think about Juggernaut. He's really fun to play as well, as well as to gear. He has something called the momentum, that as he move around, he accumulate resources. So he need to be constantly on the move. So it's very fun to play Juggernaut. Kitty Pryde, one of the newer heroes as well. She is with Loki, which is dragon in this picture here. So the very unique thing about Kitty Pryde is that she does something called phasing. Phasing is when she can sort of phase out in and out into various places. She can even drag the bosses and kind of mobs into underground and back up again. So it's one of those heroes that you don't really see often. You can do stuff like that. You know a Kitty Pryde is around when you see all the mobs that's being dragged underground, right? And she can play as a melee pure without Lockheed, or you can play as a hybrid with Lockheed as well. I love Lockheed. Loki is a summoner, or you can play him or her as the pure ranged kind of mental hero. And playing a summoner is very relaxing. He can control a lot of pets that been shuttling around. So it's one of those heroes that has direct control of the pet. And also, if you don't like to be a summoner, you can also play as traditional, just multiple layer on the different kind of debuff and so on. So it's kind of interesting, like a warlock kind of thing. I mean, I think the spirit management is a little bit hard. In my opinion, I hope Gazillion will improve upon that. Luke Cage is definitely a hero that require update. It's one of the very dated heroes. And Luke Cage can summon Jessica Jones, Misty Knight, Colleen Wing, and Iron Fist. You can't really. He doesn't really summon all at the same time unless it's during the signature kind of time frame. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I think Gazillion should do something about Luke Cage, really. And then with that said, let's go to Magik. Now, Magik is the Queen of Limbo. She can command demons or use demons as a buff. So, so that is one of my favorite heroes. I'd like to highly recommend. She mainly plays as a melee, or she can play as a range as well. And the way that she debuffs the mobs around her with the confusion, or you can choose a different specialization for different things, is fantastic. The design is very neat. The only slight complaint about her is that her summoner build is kind of very inferior. So even if you want to play her as a summoner, you don't have to gear her as a summoner. So take it as a plus or minus, up to you. I think it's pretty decent in the sense that I don't really need to invest in summoner gear. But I think the most the best build is still her melee build. All right. So now Magneto is a master of magnetism. He has something called debris as the resource. So as he hits and as the target bleeds and there are debris on the ground, and he collects debris as a secondary resource. It's very nice. The only complaint I have about him is just the slower kind of the animation is a little bit slow as well. I do feel pretty fragile when I play Magneto, but he has recently buffed, so I'm going to do some more testing on him. Moon Knight, one of the more dated heroes that we have. The only complaint I have with Moon Knight is that, the two actually, is that he's pretty spirit intensive when you play him. And also, he doesn't really have a lot of visual effects, so it's very hard to connect to what he's doing on the ground. But his unique design is that the lower his health and spirit, the better he become, and he always operates in a very low health quantum. It can be very exciting, and it's very durable as well. So it is a very unique hero, but it's a very acquired taste, so it's a caution sign that he needs a review. Mr. Fantastic is hilarious. He's very elastic. His power is he can be a ball that pounding around, and his damage output is very strong. The only thing about him is a little bit complex to play, can be quite intense in terms of the hotkey dancing as well, so don't know whether it's your cup of tea. And also you must pick the power that is responsive. Some of the power tend to root him or tend to have a long animation. Alright, Nightcrawler, one of my favorite hero actually, but unfortunately is getting really dated. He's in the era of Emma Frost. Emma Frost just got her review. He's a teleporter. You can see the purple everywhere as he does his thing. So it's very unique, very stealthy, and I can really see where he's going as well. So it's very agile, very fluid. So I'm hoping that he'll get the review soon. I can start playing him again. Nova is a hero that doesn't really have any buff or any news about him for a very long time. As though Gazillion is not playing Nova anymore. I don't know. I mean, it seems that, well, Luke Cage as well. But, I mean, at least Luke Cage has a unique review, I think. But for Nova, just nothing there. Now, Nova has a very interesting gameplay called the Pulsar. So you can plant those Pulsar on the ground. You can detonate those Pulsar for big damage, be as range or melee. His spirit can be a little bit intensive, but my only complaint about Nova is that his spender is just, it's very unpredictable. He tend to jump around. In a radiant environment, it's really a no-no. You have to know where you stand, not to jump around like crazy. So it's something that a caution side to it. Psylocke, it breaks my heart to tell you that she's not really a hero that you should unlock, unless you're a really big fan of Psylocke. I've got a lot of friends who come back to me and asking me how to deal with Psylocke because it's just so fragile and it's not enough damage and so on. It's true, she's very dated and she's really in need of a review. Think Elektra, Gazillion, think Elektra. Copy those things, give it to Psylocke, and she'll be awesome. No, I think another thing about Psylocke is that she has a very complex kind of gameplay. To time her damage over time, oh my god, it's like really crazy. It is what it is, so I'm just being genuine here. Punisher is yet another complex hero, but the complexity pays off. He does something called a reload, ammo and reload. So his gun has ammo as like a first-person shooter kind of like a gameplay, and you have to reload his weapon quite often. You have the gear to that very sweet spot whereby you can maintain all the buff while you can do all the reload and so on. Complex to play, but very fun. No spirit issue. Two kind of specialization. Not specialization, two kind of build that you can have for Punisher. Rocket Raccoon, also break my heart to talk about Rocket Raccoon because he is my wife's favorite hero. He has a tank, which is Groot, and he has turrets everywhere. So he is a tactician. You have to plant those turrets strategically onto various different places and to deal with the situation. So it's very fun from a tactician point of view. So you strategize, not just like, just like a face tank or whatnot. He can stealth, just drop all the aggro and let the pet does all the damage. But maintaining spirit can be really hard, especially in a single boss environment when there's no ops around. So I'm hoping the Gazillion can do something at least to help him out a little bit on his spirit regen. Rook is one hero that I highly recommend. I think she is one of the heroes whereby she can borrow power from any one power per heroes or villain or team up to be her own. You design Rook as a hero, right? So she has 3 power tree, 2 of which is blank state. You can just do anything you like, and so it is one of those hero, very durable as well. And if you get her, you can guarantee her power will just keep growing as new hero, new villain, and new team up are being added onto this game. Scarlet Witch, yet another hero I would like to recommend. She can teleport really fast, beautiful visual effect, 2 different builds that you can have. Both are very innovative kind of like rotation, and it comes as no surprise as one of the most popular heroes that you've seen in the whole Civil War event as well. And and she's not that fragile because she can teleport around. She has a lot of utility to debuff or root to heal. So she's wonderful. One of the heroes that's just nice, not too complex, and but not too boring. All right, She-Hulk. I think she has come a point whereby she become very dated. And especially if you play Daredevil, which the combo point is a lot faster to accumulate, she become really slow to get there. I think she has some buff recently, but I think she really need a lot of help to get her like into a really fun heroes to play. So it is what it is. So there's She-Hulk. Silver Surfer, I always recommend Silver Surfer to people because he's really strong. He can move around and mock just die. He can do a lot of like very interesting movement. His movement is like it's very fluid to see him flipping around, and does damage as well while he's flipping around. And he has something called EMF. There's a really large beam of like white energy that hit the target. Fantastic, even to see it happening. So the visual effect is like A+, and in terms of the power of him is also A+. The only complaint I have is voice acting, but that's just my personal preference. Spider-Man, yet another hero I would like to highly recommend. He is very agile, very fluid, just like the movie, and he has 3 specialization: melee, range, and movement. All 3 plays differently, and he probably is one of the best designed hero I've seen in the game. Why? Because all this power can either be melee or range. Some of this power can be melee or range, depending on the specialization you pick. And it becomes very interesting as well as you play the game and you feel that, oh, this is the same power that I use, but how can I do it differently? And that is really wonderful. It's pretty relaxing as well, and it's very powerful, dodge hero, yet very durable as well. So very fun heroes. I highly recommend, really. Squirrel Girl, yet another hero that is super dated, and the unique design is so terrible that I think, I can't think of any heroes that's worse than Squirrel Girl in terms of unique design. And and also in terms of the just the hero itself, himself or herself. Now she can be a range or melee, she can be a summoner or non-summoner. But either way, unless you play a summoner, I think the spirit is going to be very intense when you try to manage. So I'm hoping that something good will happen to Squirrel Girl in time to come. Same as Star-Lord as well. I think Star-Lord is also one of the heroes that requires some kind of like help in terms of a couple of things. I think he's a little bit fragile. Well, it's really fragile actually. And but he has 2 different kind of build. He can go either elemental, which is very exciting. He can load different ammo, like like the fire ammo, water ammo, air ammo, kind of thing. And he has 3 different power that will change depending on which ammo you use. So it's very nicely complex as well. Or you can play him as very traditional, just like shoot and lay the cooldown power as well. So design wise, it's actually pretty fun. It's just that the design is a little bit dated in terms of the and the gear is a little bit fragile. I mean, he's a little bit fragile as well. Storm, still one of my favorite hero, although she's probably a little bit lacking in the sense that she definitely need the review. She does a lot of area damage. She can move and things will just get frozen or slow or damage in some sense. Beautiful visual effect. The only thing is just the spirit management is pretty hard right now. I hope something can be done about her. But other than that, I enjoy playing Storm as a hero. Taskmaster has done a couple of rounds of review as well. He can copy 4 heroes' power. So unlike Rogue, he can borrow any number of heroes and villains and team up power. Taskmaster is by design, have 4 different kind of set of power you can pick from, different toggle as well. You can play Taskmaster as a range or play Taskmaster as a melee. Now, I like playing him. It's very relaxing. I find it really durable because he can be like, inspect in defense, deflect and dodge. So I personally like playing Taskmaster a lot. Think is a classic brawler. All his power is very very tanky. He's very high health as well, and high health is good for him because that translates to damage. And he can do a little bit other things as well, and call his team to help, and like Sue Storm or Mr. Fantastic or Johnny, as well as his Yankee Gang. So it's really fun hero. I enjoy playing thing. Always enjoy playing thing. Thor, man, I mean, he's a son of Odin. He's really strong in terms of the God of Thunder. He can play as a ranged or play as a melee. I enjoy the fact that when you play Thor, you really feel that with all the sound effect and the way that he moves, you really feel the kind of courage from the heroes. And I connect really well with the hero, be it visual effect or the way that he moves. It's pretty strong, very very all-rounder heroes. Durable, good DPS, and just overall kind of interesting to play as well. Venom, I think he probably requires some kind of review. His unique design is that he's able to regenerate the ichor, which is his resource, using health. So it's a little bit trade-off between health and ichor and stuff like that. Visual effect is fantastic. All the tendril that come up, and he can be a range or it can be a melee. So it depends on what kind of heroes you want him to be, but I think overall he probably need a review. Vision is one of the heroes that is still very special to my heart, because to play him well require some kind of like thinking, a bit of like planning on how to maintain the buff, and I like the kind of complexity, and it's actually quite easy to execute once you get a hang of it. So his melee build, hybrid build is one of my favorite. I still haven't got a chance to touch onto the range build, so I can't comment too much about it, but from what I heard, it's also quite fun as well, on the easy side. So it's either go complex on melee or go easy on range, so either side is fine for Vision. War Machine, another recommended heroes, and I really wish that Iron Man is as cool as War Machine. He can be both melee and range, and he does have a lot of gun power. You can see the fire everywhere, explosion everywhere. Pretty relaxing to play, and with the +1 heroes fighting, +1 fighting synergy, I think he's really a must heroes for if you're serious about playing this game. War Machine. Winter Soldier is a very acquired taste. You have to play him as a stealth hero, so you can't really face tank with him. He can be either melee or either range, but I found that his range build is more fantastic. I mean, more fun in terms of me, because he sniper things around, he goes stealth and so on. It fits really well with stealth. Having said that, you can also play him as a melee. Either one is fine. But you have to like playing a stealth heroes to like playing a Winter Soldier, alright? So you've been warned. Wolverine used to be the benchmark when it comes to playing Wolverine as a single target killer in a raid environment. But nowadays, when it comes to harder contents, when area damage is king, he's really lacking in terms of the area damage. But he does have a lot of very responsive kind of power. He's kind of quite interesting the way they play, a little bit of build variety for Wolverine, and Wolverine is iconic as well. But the reason why I put a caution mark is just that he's really lacking in the area power, and you may not enjoy if you're unable to clear the things fast enough, or when you're getting hit too much because you are not clearing things fast enough. That's what I'm saying. And same as X-23, which inherit the same problem as Wolverine, is that she just can't do a lot of area damage, and that is also another kind of like a disadvantage of her. She requires a little bit of hockey dancing, but I do like the visual effect of X-23 because she's very gracious. But I also find that her dash is a little bit sluggish kind of thing. So it's love and hate relationship, but it's X-23, man. So now thank you very much for watching this video. I know it runs a little bit long, and it will probably be the case as I adding more and more heroes onto this pack. As I would like to reiterate, this is not a popularity contest, and all these are subjected to the change that's coming in the next months or couple months to come, because as and when our heroes are being reviewed, they will get bumped out from this list, and also as and when a hero is being ignored, they will also fall into the caution list. So things are still very dynamic and very fluid, and my name is Wilfred Wong, and if you like this sort of guide, do check out the link at the description of the video. I have guides for almost all the heroes. I keep them updated and I keep them organized in my own website. So my ID is Lace. You can find me in game, or you can find me in Steam as well. And thank you. Do leave a comment below on which are your favorite heroes, and your endorsement to whether I'm talking sense to the audience here is always very highly sought after. So please leave a comment below if you think that I talk sense. Alright, goodbye.